Good morning, happy Monday. It is the 23rd of August, and I thought I would do a weekly vlog this week. I've never done a weekly vlog, should be interesting. Now, usually on Monday mornings, I just have to set up the table for the kids and write out their lists, which I do on these schedule pads because I've already done all of my planning on Sunday. However, I am not done with my weekly planning yet for homeschool, and I did not even open my life planner. The muffler fell off Matt's car last week, so he has my car until we can get his car into the mechanic at the end of this week. So we are housebound, and since we don't live in town anymore, we're not really able to go like to the library or anything like that. So we'll be home, which is good. We've been out a lot during the last several weeks, and we have not had a real full week of school without a lot of interruptions. So I'm hoping that we can get a lot done this week with school, and that I can get some progress made on some of my goals. I thought I was going to have a little bit more time to work on some goal-related things this month, and I don't know why I did when this is our first month back at school, but so it's like 6:20. I've gotten up late. Emma will probably be up shortly to go outside to run. We have Henri coming towards us, which is part of the reason I didn't do as much Sunday planning yesterday, because I get weather-related migraines and did not feel great yesterday. Yeah, so I'm going to finish planning the week and then do a little daily planning and hopefully get myself on track. I also have a YouTube video to finish uploading, and I have to check in with my Facebook group this morning. Make sure that everybody's getting their questions answered. It is almost 8 and, well, it's like 20 of 8, and I am finished planning all of the kids' school. Emma and Jack are both up. Emma went out for her run already. They want breakfast. They have watched their World Watch, and I did my daily planning. I did forget to put down on my list that I did my daily planning, and I was like, oh, I don't really have that much stuff to do. That's really good. It means we can get a lot of school done today. I forgot that I made the mistake of telling the kids when we went on our walk on Friday that I was going to come up with like a ticket system for screen time, because we're still fully in summer mode, it seems like. And so they have a lot of leeway with their screens. I'm not super strict about it. They tend to manage their time well. However, because Jack's birthday was a few weeks ago and he got a lot of video games for his birthday, there's been a lot more screens recently, and it's starting to bother me a little bit because attitudes are not always the best. So I had to put that down, and I also had talked to them. They have been asking for a way to earn money around the house, or, well, they really want to start a business and or get jobs. And of course they're too young for jobs, and the businesses they have done in the past are not really very easy to do where we live now. We're pretty rural now, and before they would make crafts and sell them out at the end of the street. They had lemonade stands, they did baked goods, they did all kinds of things. They were always selling something at the end of our street, which was perfect. We lived on a pretty busy section of town, so they made quite a bit of money that way. So I came up with some extra chores that they can do, like one each day, Monday through Saturday. And if they complete all of their chores, these aren't like, they already do the dishes, they make meals, they contribute that way, they put away their laundry. It's not that kind of stuff. It's, you know, wiping down the baseboards or washing the windowsills or vacuuming in the basement or sweeping the stairs and stuff like that. So I have to put that stuff together. I haven't yet. And I thought I was doing so well this morning. Oh well. It was good while it lasted. It is about 9:15 and I've gotten quite a bit done this morning with the kids in school. We've done Bible, we did half of Emma and Jack's History of Science. I did history with Lucy. We are still, I'm hoping we got the little project kit that goes with the Sunlight Level B. It's like hands-on projects for World History Year 1 of 2. And her first project is to build a yurt. We were supposed to do it a couple of weeks ago and did not get to it. The orthodontist called, and I've gotten so many phone calls this morning that I have to return because I don't answer my phone when we're doing school. I've only had 1 cup of coffee and so I'm really tired still. But it's been a very productive morning. Emma has gone upstairs to go back to bed because she is exhausted and very tired. So she did her math test this morning and I think that took it out of her. So hopefully she will do reading. Jack is doing reading. He finished his math. Lucy is done with everything except read alouds. We have a chapter to read in Homer Price. So it's been a good morning so far. I feel like I need to vlog more because we seem more productive on these days and I'm putting a video together. I don't know. It's keeping me accountable maybe. So it is about 4:30 and I'm starting to make supper now. I was going to make turkey chili, which is super easy, just ground turkey breast and black beans, rotel, crushed tomatoes, chili powder, garlic, salt and pepper. What else do I put in it? Onions, peppers, corn if you want to. But I have a ton of summer squash and zucchini from the CSA, so I'm going to throw that in instead of black beans and make it kind of the same way and hope for the best. We had a really good day today. It's been a little weird because Emma took a nap most of the morning. Obviously she needed the nap, which is fine, but it threw my whole morning off. They were really productive up until 9 o'clock, and then she went upstairs. Jack and Lucy finished all of their school, and then I was kind of waiting around for Emma to finish history. We did not get to read alouds today, and she spent most of the afternoon doing her Spanish class and working on her response paper. What else was she doing? A little mechanics for language arts. And yeah, so we were supposed to do their lab from last week today. Did not have time to get to that yet, so I'm hoping that when Matt gets home tonight, he will do that with the kids, and I will potentially have time to do Lucy's little yurt project. We'll see. I kind of hit a wall as far as school goes in the day. I'm not good at doing school from, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning till late. So I may not do the yurt project, but that will be disappointing to her. So I'm making supper. We'll eat supper, hopefully work on the projects. I'm hoping that tomorrow everybody gets a good night's sleep tonight, and we're actually super productive this morning, which I loved. And if Emma hadn't gone up to take a nap, we probably would have been done before lunchtime, which would have been awesome because that has not happened this year yet. I'm crossing my fingers we will get there. But we, especially Emma, she is usually doing school until 2 or 3 o'clock. She does take a lot of breaks during the day, which contributes to that, but yes. So that's what's going on today, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy Tuesday. Today it's like 11. We've gone for a walk. We have done a lot of school this morning, which is good. Lucy woke up late, so I did history and science with Emma and Jack early. And now we are going to attempt, Lucy and I, to put together her little yurt project for history. So I got this hands-on history from Sunlight, and we have not really used this before. They did not have them when Emma and Jack went through level B. So the first thing that we are going to be doing is this Homes Around the World miniature yurt. And I'm hoping, yes, I do have everything that we need. So it comes with this book that has all of the instructions for all the projects throughout the year. They are scheduled in the level B history, and so everything is nice and neat in a little Ziploc bag, which I love. So I'm going to take this, and hopefully it won't be too difficult. Our yurt project was successful somewhat. I think some of the steps, or maybe it was the type of glue that we were using, we used the glue that was in the box. I feel like I needed stronger glue because the stuff was not sticking to the popsicle sticks, but we finished and Lucy was really excited, and now it's almost 12. The kids are having a break. I have to make lunch, and yes, honey?
You forgot this.
Oh, thank you. Can you just put that on my desk, please? Thank you. I have to make lunch, and then, what else am I going to do? I think I want to try and do some read-alouds while the kids are eating, and then we have got to get to Emma and Jack's lab, which we didn't do last night. It's a wobble bot. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff. So it's a beautiful day out. I'm hoping to get outside and sit on the deck and work on my power sheets too at some point today. I don't know. I've got a lot of stuff that I've got to get done. Not very good. It's like I have all of these things that I want to do, which is normal. But there are things that I need to do before I can get to my more fun things, and primarily that is school and food for the kids and cleaning. So that's all right though. We're having a good week so far. It is Tuesday afternoon, around 2 o'clock. It's like 90 degrees outside. I'm sitting on the deck, just trying to go through my content calendar and try and figure out what I have going on for the rest of the week and start to think about next month. My planning day is this Thursday, so I will do the majority of my planning and looking ahead on Thursday. Because we are just getting started with homeschool, really getting back into a rhythm this month, it's taking me a little bit longer to get through stuff, so I am working on a few other things as well. Our weekends have been really full, which has been wonderful, but it leaves me less time to actually get some of the stuff done that I need to get done, so I'm trying to rearrange some things. Yes, but the kids are done with school for the most part today. Emma is just finishing up her Spanish, and then she's working a little bit on a memoir that she is writing this week, and then Jack and Lucy are playing on the Switch, and I'm just going to sit outside and relax a little bit. We do have some more read alouds to do later, but those are not stressful times for us. They're mainly just, you know, enjoying sitting on the couch together reading. Anyways, this week is also the week that I'm doing my fall refresh, so I am working on some of that, trying to figure out how I'm going to finish the year strong. With regard to my goals, I am going to put together a video on why and how I do a seasonal refresh. I do use the Power Sheets goal planner, but I don't use it the way they have it laid out. So, you know, like all of the other videos that I plan to do, at some point they will hopefully be done. But so I am spending a little bit more time this week. Usually I just do my Power Sheets, all of my goal stuff on my planning day, as well as my monthly just home planning and going through all of the homeschool materials for the coming 4 to 6 weeks so that I know what is on the horizon. Because this week is also my fall refresh, I do need to sort of revisit my goals, my yearly goals, and make sure that I am on track and getting things done that I can get done, and not stressing about the things that will not be accomplished this year, even though maybe in December of 2020 I had hoped to finish them. So that's what I'm working on this afternoon. It's a nice afternoon. I'm glad to be sitting outside. I'm glad that the kids' school has been going well. They've been getting up early this week, which has been nice. Yesterday was a little bit of a struggle. We got a lot done before 9 a.m., but then Emma slept most of the morning, so growing kids, you know, it happens sometimes. But that's my Tuesday. It is Wednesday afternoon. Yes, it is Wednesday. I had to double check. You know, we have been mainly doing the normal stuff every day, and so I'm not sure how exciting this weekly vlog is going to be. We did school most of the morning. Jack and Lucy are just about done with school. Well, Jack is definitely done. Lucy does have some reading that she doesn't want to do right now. She just wants to play, so she is playing, and Jack is watching some sort of Nintendo Minute, I think is what it's called, on their YouTube. And Emma is finishing up science, and she's going to be working on her memoir a little bit this afternoon. And then we have Life of Fred as well. She really did not start school until maybe 11 o'clock. She went for her run walk this morning, and then we all went for a family walk, and then came home, and I did some reading of history to all of the kids and read alouds to all of the kids, and then they started doing their work. So so it's a later day. Jack did start early. He's much more, as soon as the day starts, he wants to get as much done as he can so that he can finish early, which that's how I am too. Emma likes to ease into it more, but that's totally fine with me. That's kind of how we are. I don't necessarily have a set start time for the kids. I always give them a list of what they need to do, and then they're responsible for completing the list. And I do check in with them, obviously, throughout the day. And there are times when I'm like, okay, now I'm available to do X, so we're going to do this right now. I mean, I try to work, if they're like in the middle of reading, I try not to interrupt them, or if they're right in the middle of something, I try not to interrupt them. But that's kind of how our days go. I like to give my kids the ability to manage their own time. Sometimes it is hard, especially at the beginning of the year, that they will not complete things very quickly. I know Emma has had a few days where it has been, 6 o'clock and she is still finishing up stuff, not because she's been working on it since 8 a.m., but because she starts at 11 and then takes like a break in the afternoon and then comes back to it for, 30 minutes or an hour and then takes another break. So, which is fine. If that's how they want to manage their day, that's fine. If it is more than a couple of days that they're not really finishing their list as well as I think they ought to, then I insert a little bit more time management from mom into their day. But I really want to teach them to manage their own time and get done what they need to get done, have the responsibility. It is a process. Like I've said before, this is our 11th year homeschooling, so we have been in it for a very long time. I have been managing our days very similarly for a very long time. I think I started making lists for my kids, I think when Emma was 5 and Jack was 3. They had checklists that I had made for them, and it might have even been earlier than that with chores and stuff. Or this is what you do: get dressed, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, that kind of stuff. So they are used to that sort of day and still being expected to get all of their stuff done. So that is what has worked for us over the years. As Emma gets a little bit older, it is a little more challenging because she has significantly more work and she does want to still have the same amount of time, free time, as she used to. And that really isn't the case as much anymore because she is doing more advanced stuff. She's writing longer papers. She's reading more intense books, and it's just a little bit more work, which is expected as she, moves into high school level. And that really did start kind of at the beginning of middle school in 6th grade. So Jack is just starting to encounter that now as well. But they both said on their walk, when we were on the walk this morning, that they feel really good about how the school year has been going so far, and that makes me happy. Lucy, of course, said that she doesn't want to do school at all, ever. Also okay, and I hear her screaming, so I'm going to go check on her now. Anyway, so this afternoon, I am going to sit down and do my Bible with my Write the Word journal, and I am still working on my goal planning, my fall refresh, which I mentioned yesterday. I did not actually get that far because I was really looking back at my goals for the year, trying to figure out what I can accomplish in the next few months before I start. December is kind of different because it's, so busy. And just trying to get everything ready for the holidays and fun traditions that we do together as a family. So I'm trying to be realistic with my expectations, which is difficult because I do want to accomplish a lot. So it is hard sometimes to rein in what I expect I'm able to accomplish. And so I've been going over my goals. I feel really good about how my year has gone overall. And I don't know if that's because I really backed off on the number of things I was trying to get done, and I was super focused on my goals. They were more broad-based goals, and I had some big ideas at the beginning of the year, and I've made a ton of progress. I have this little notebook that I got from Cultivate What Matters
I love these little notebooks, by the way, and I use it as like a brain dump before I put things in my planners because it's much messier. There's no order to it. It's literally brain dumps. But I had categories for my goals this year in this little notebook, and I was going back through all of these things, which I haven't really looked at recently, and I have accomplished probably 90% of them, and that makes me super happy. So this afternoon, I am going to try and read more with the kids, and I'm going to work on my fall refresh, even though tomorrow is typically my planning day. And that's when I normally do it. I'm meeting a friend for coffee and to talk about homeschooling and for her little kids. And then I don't think I'm going to have enough time to work on all of the things that I normally do with school and all of the things. So I'm trying to get a head start. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. Plus it's beautiful out. It's very hot and muggy, but I'm just sitting under the umbrella and enjoying the warm weather while it lasts. It will not last long in Maine, so I better absorb it while I can. So that's Wednesday so far.
Scholars still marvel at the logical and harmonious ratios in the whole building and its various parts, and this beauty was achieved with one of the dynamic rectangles then in vogue. Max did not enjoy a good night's sleep, and he woke late to find that Ari had already left for one of his classes. "Remember, we meet at 3 this afternoon," Ari's note read, from which Max understood that his tutor had entirely recovered from the blow to the head, and that Max had better address his schoolwork after cleaning up the kitchen. Only then would he be free to take his watercolors and easel out to the back garden and have ideas. By the time...
Is this how you normally write?
No, but I'm tired. I don't want to sit up.
We have made it to Thursday. Today is going to be another hot day. So it is 10:15. We've done history and read alouds. Emma's done math. Jack is doing his math. Lucy's done everything but her reading. So it's been a good morning so far. I have a friend coming over this afternoon to chat about homeschooling. So today is technically my planning day, but I'm not sure that I'm actually going to get that stuff done today. I thought that I might, but I think I'm going to move it until tomorrow. I put it on the calendar so that I keep myself to it, but it's not going to happen today, and I just need to accept that and move it to tomorrow. Tomorrow is a light school day for us. We front load our weeks so that we do the majority of the work at the beginning of the week. We sort of taper off through the week. It seems to work best for us. So tomorrow, I don't think I'll have a ton to do myself with the kids, so it'll be mostly their independent work. And I can just work completely on plans for next month for homeschool and finish my goal planning for September. I think I'm pretty much done with my fall refresh at this point. I sat down yesterday, which you saw outside, and I was just writing down some ideas of things and going through what I had hoped to accomplish when I initially set my goals at the beginning of the year, and just trying to really think about how the next few months are going to go, especially moving into the holidays. It becomes much busier for us. Well, who knows if it'll be busy or not. It seems busier, trying to get presents and decorating the house for the seasons, and Lucy's birthday is in the fall, and we do a lot of food preservation and things like that, getting ready for winter. So some of that stuff does align with my goals, but I need to make sure that I am paying attention to how much time I have and to not plan too much, because I do have that tendency to write as much down as possible, thinking that I will accomplish it all, but I don't. So realism, I need to be realistic. the house is pretty clean. I'm happy about that. It's been different, you know, not having access to a car this week has been a little bit of a struggle because I have some errands that I need to run, which will have to wait until next week. But it's been a good week. Been a very normal week for us where we spend a lot of time doing school, getting outside for walks, generally hanging out around here and being outside when the weather is nice. That's pretty typical of what our days look like. I don't schedule a whole lot during our homeschool week because I've done that in the past. We have had a lot of stuff outside of the house and it's really stressful trying to complete all of the things that are school related, as well as keeping the house up and making food and doing my business stuff. So my business stuff is usually the first thing that gets pushed to the side, which I don't like, and then house stuff, but we still try and get school done. So it's been nice to sort of be home this week and not really have any place to go. Next week is busier and we will be out of the house a lot. I really would like to have several weeks of just not having a bunch of plans in the middle of the day so that we can really fully get into our homeschool rhythm. Doesn't always work that way. In fact, it rarely works that way, but I can always hope. Would you?
All I have to do is pick the right, and that gives Nintendo their rights, and you can get the anime.
It is nice and toasty out. It is Thursday afternoon and everybody is pretty much done with school, I think. Emma is working on her Spanish and I think Jack is doing his computer science book, the Big Fat Notebook series. I think Everything You Need to Know in Middle School about Computer Science. That's the book that he's using. Right now, I am going to work on moving some of the instructor's guides for the next several weeks into my purple binder, which I have right here. I have said this before in my, when you saw me putting together my binders originally, if you saw that video, I take out several weeks at a time and I work out of one binder instead of out of multiple binders because my kids are in all different levels for their school. My planning day is a little bit different this month. Just like I said yesterday and probably earlier today, that I'm also doing my seasonal refresh for my goals. So it's taking a little bit more time to get everything done that I want to. And school. And get the house clean. So the house is actually pretty clean. We implemented a new chore system this week and the kids have been all in on the helping, which has been wonderful. So I'm going to work on homeschool prep for the next 6 weeks and see how that goes. That was really enlightening. I sat down and kind of went through everything that we're going to be pretty much using until Thanksgiving. We typically take Thanksgiving through New Year's off from school. I say that, but we are still doing school things, but not necessarily all of the history and science and math that we normally do. So I went through to see what we would be doing right up until Thanksgiving and grabbed all of those books, and I'm going to see how much we can get through a little bit earlier. I do have some Brave Writer planned for November and December for Emma and Jack, I think. I just briefly looked at that list. Probably should have looked a little bit closer. And also going through Lucy's stuff, grabbed the science books that we're going to be using. It was just kind of a good breaking point at week 16 in the instructor's guides. So we have already been doing school for 5 weeks now, but we are not in week 5 of all of our subjects. Some of our subjects were at week 4, some were at week 6, some like read alouds. We are actually in week 12. So this is part of the reason that I write everything in my teacher planner, because we jump around so much. I don't follow everything to a T. It is a little more complicated for me to plan things out, but overall it works better for us. So I'm feeling pretty good about our progress. I did write down some thoughts about what has been going well and what some of the challenges have been for us over the past month. I'm going to sit down with the kids hopefully tomorrow and get their thoughts to see if they have anything that they need more help on or more time, or want to change things around a little bit. One adjustment we've already made is that instead of Emma doing her Spanish first thing in the morning, she's doing it much later in the day, and that seems to be working better for her, because all of her other schoolwork doesn't take, it takes a while, but the amount of time for each subject is not nearly as long as her Spanish. So we did make that adjustment already. Overall, I'm really happy with how things are going. Like I said earlier, it has been a little bit of a struggle because we've had days where we've had appointments like in the middle of the day multiple times in August. September, I don't think we have too much going on, so it's going to be a full month of really getting into our school routine and rhythm. And when we don't have to be places in the middle of the day, that's very helpful, obviously, because then we are not cutting our day short. Trying to fit in all of the stuff when we have to be somewhere at 10:30 or 11 o'clock is very challenging for me. It really messes with my days. So September, I think, should be a good month. We don't have a whole lot planned right now, which I'm thankful for. Hopefully that will continue to be the case. October, that is not the case. October, I'm not going to think about October right now. We have a lot of stuff going on. So now I am going to work on my power sheets for September and my tending list. I do feel a little bit better about the amount of work, the amount of time I have to put into some other goal-oriented things in September, because we're not going to be out of the house a lot. That really helps. August was a bit of a struggle. So school was good, goals, not as great. So that is where we are at. It's Thursday, feels like it should be Friday. It's very hot. I need more iced coffee. But it's been a good week so far. Happy Friday, friends. It is about 8 o'clock. Emma and Lucy are awake. Jack is still asleep. Emma has done her run walk. Lucy is playing on the Switch, because I woke up late today and just didn't have it in me to get her to start with school first. So they're eating breakfast, and I'm just doing a little bit of work. I welcome my new members to the main homeschool network. I think we had 130 new members this week, which is amazing. It's because public school starts next week, so everybody is making their decisions on whether they're going to homeschool right around this time instead of public school. And yeah, today I'm going to be sitting down with the kids to work on our conferences. This is our first conference of the new homeschool year. So I try and do monthly conferences with the kids, monthly, and just to get an idea of how they're feeling about work, and if they are looking for different resources, or if there's something that they are struggling with or want to adjust or need more time or help with. That just gives me a good understanding. I mean, I kind of have my own feelings about how things are going as well, but I like to hear from them, especially Emma and Jack, because they are older and are able to work pretty independently. And so I like to hear how they are feeling about things. I'm trying to think if there is anything else big that I'm going to be doing today. I'm hoping to sit down and record a few videos. This week I only put up one video because I just did not have the time to get up any other videos. I would like to be able to get a little bit ahead with that because I have so many ideas, but figuring out a time where it's quiet and I can do that is difficult, especially when we are doing school. We've been busy on the weekends, so and that is usually when I will sit down to work on some recording. But we have been home all week since I did not have a vehicle, and so we are pretty much on track and a little bit ahead of school stuff this week. So I think that I will have a little bit of time today to work on that, perhaps. So it looks like it's going to be another beautiful day, and I'm hoping to get outside and spend some time outside doing school, which is what I enjoy while the weather is nice in Maine. It is Friday afternoon. I'm coming to you from my favorite place, which is outside on my deck. It's super windy, so I'm hoping that the sound isn't too awful. It might be really bad. It's been a really good week. This week, obviously, we weren't going anywhere, and it's been pretty much just regular homeschool rhythm. I have done a lot of planning this week. I do a lot of planning. Especially the end of the month, because I'm trying to make sure that I have everything situated for the coming month. You know, I know that there are a lot of homeschoolers that are on the go constantly, and we used to be like that pre-2020. We were on the go a lot, but over the past year and a half, I've realized that my kids definitely thrive when we are not rushing through things constantly to try to get to the next thing. Do they still want to do stuff? Absolutely. But they have really valued the extra time that they have had over the past year and a half to lean into their passions more, because we're not just trying to get through everything that mom plans. We have plenty of time to explore all of the extra things that my kids are interested in. And so, especially as Emma and Jack get older, Lucy is still so little. Her main passion is playing, so, which is a great passion for a 6-year-old. Yeah, so just letting them have that extra time to explore their interests has been wonderful. And I feel so much better at the end of a week when we aren't out every day. And so I think that it's been a really good week for us. I'm happy, especially because it's been so busy the past several weeks. And I felt a little bit flustered, even though we were doing our slow start. Now I'm mainly considering what the end of our year is going to look like. What are the next few months in 2021 going to look like for us? Obviously, some things are out of our control, but I try to manage what I can control, and what I can control is what's going on in my home. Things like meals and normal rhythms of our day, and having the anchors attached to my different blocks of time so that I'm managing my time well. Yeah. So it has been a good week. I don't know if this weekly vlog was helpful, or like, I keep looking at the time and I think it's probably going to be a super long vlog. So We'll see if anybody even gets to Friday. But today, this afternoon, I'm going to sit outside. I'm working a little bit. I actually ended up binding the Cultivated Homeschool Planner from Laura Casey and Cultivate What Matters. I got this a couple of months ago. I haven't really gone through it. I mean, I did go through it for a video. I will leave a link for that. But just going through, I don't need all of these planning pages. They would be good for planning from behind. So if you are looking for like an undated calendar, this is a 6-month, this is just 6 months of sheets, but that would be a really good planner for planning from behind, just jotting down what you're doing. But what I really want to do is go through all of these monthly questions and then also work on, let me see if I can find it, these goal pages, which was the primary reason that I purchased this homeschool planner, because I love the Power Sheets goal planner. And I thought if I had something specific to homeschooling, especially because this year I've noticed that a large portion of my Power Sheets has been dedicated to a life-giving homeschool, which is wonderful. And it was something that I really needed to focus my energy in, especially after 2020. But having a little bit more definition for actual homeschool goals as far as what the kids need to work on, changes, etc. I think that this will be really helpful. So I'm going to work on that. It is super windy out. Every time I come out here, it's so windy. And then hopefully do a little bit of reading. I was going to record a bunch of videos today. I was going to try and do that, but then I decided to enjoy the weather instead. My hair is blowing away. So I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.